Hey, what's going on, my beautiful royal family? All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Do y'all remember a couple of weeks ago, I asked the royal family, who are wrestling fans in the royal family? Well, let me tell you something right now. This right here is for all of us wrestling fans. If you are not a wrestling fan, shut your mouth, mind your business, and leave us alone. But if you are interested, stay right here and listen to what I have to say, because we are going to talk about some wrestling here right now. Yes, indeed. All of us fans, just because we're in the truth does not mean that we cannot have other discussions. There's other interests in things. And guess what? We got some wrestling fans right here, and I am talking specifically to you. Let's talk about this Jey Uso situation. For those of you who are unfamiliar with what's going on with Jey Uso right now, first and foremost, Jey Uso is a professional wrestler in the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. He is a Samoan. If you are unfamiliar with how Samoans are related to us, they are from the tribe of Naphtali. All right, that's the Samoans, the Hawaiians, the Polynesians. The term Naphtali, do you know what it means? It means my wrestling. So even in the Bible, when it comes down to the Samoans, their lineage and heritage goes right back to our Bible. If you are unfamiliar with the Samoans and the Polynesians, they are like the mafia in the professional wrestling business, which is why this whole situation with Jey Uso should not even be happening right now, because of the power that the Samoans have going all the way back to the NWA. Now, let's talk about the situation. We all know Jey Uso is the current winner of the 2025 Royal Rumble. And as we all know, since the year 1993, every superstar that won the Royal Rumble is supposed to main event WrestleMania. For some reason, now that a nigga won the Royal Rumble, main event Jey Uso. Now, main event is a part of his moniker. That is on his Titantron, on his video wall. It's a part of his appearance. He is the main event. He is supposed to headline WrestleMania. This is what makes it so bad. Before, WrestleMania had one night. And now they have two. 2 nights of WrestleMania. From a heritage that has gone all the way back since 1993. Now that a nigga won the Royal Rumble, he is not going to main event it. There's creative differences, creative changes that we have made. That's why WrestleMania did not sell out this year. And all praises to the Most High God for it. All praises to our Father. Yes, indeed. WrestleMania is an event that everybody from around the world comes to see. And this year they are in financial trouble. Why? They made that change. The Most High is not playing. He is not playing. When it comes to Esau and all the things that they're doing, and especially when they are going against our people, you see what happened? Not saying that they're not going to make no money at all, because that's ridiculous. They're going to make money, but they're not going to make what they could have and what they should have. Why? Because they took a Samoan, an Israelite, out of the main event picture. So what does that mean? Many of you are like, well, Mike, well, guess what? Wrestling is fake. No, it's not. Let me tell you what's not fake about wrestling: the money. When you are the main event of WrestleMania, that is the biggest payday of the year. Jey Uso is going to fight for the WWE World Championship. That is a very lucrative opportunity to main event WrestleMania. That every other white, Indian, every other participant had the opportunity to main event WrestleMania. And now, do not tell me about Yokozuna. Do not tell me about The Rock and all that nonsense either. Don't tell me about that. Why? None of them brought out that hip hop culture. None of them identify with hip hop. with their blackness, like Jey Uso. The Rock didn't do it. Yokozuna didn't do it. Rikishi did it a little bit. But he was dancing with white boys. Remember the Too Cool stuff? The vignettes and the dances that they used to do in the ring and all that? Yeah, nah. Now, Jey Uso is Rikishi's son. So this is his son that's doing this here. All hip hop. Everything about our culture. Everything. And what did they do? What did this machine known as the WWE do? What did they do? They shut it down on Jey Uso. Completely shut it down. Because a nigga was about to main event WrestleMania. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar, but Swerve Strickland was just on Vlad TV. I hate the fact that he was on Vlad. I understand, where Swerve is coming from. Swerve is like, I'm going to get as much notoriety and put this out there as much as possible. But everybody knows when it comes to Vlad TV, Vlad is an absolute snake. He keeps our people in contention. We know that. I wish he would have chosen a different platform other than Vlad TV, but he did. But the things that he spoke of got back to Booker T. Booker T was upset about the things that he said. We got to remember, Booker T came from an entirely different generation, all right? Booker T came up in the professional wrestling business in the late 80s, early 90s, all right? That was a whole different type of racism then. But today, that racism still exists and it is showing clearly. We're not going to forget about the vignettes. We're not going to forget about the promos and all of the racially baited and racially charged promos that Triple H and Ric Flair was doing to Booker T at the time. We're not going to forget about that. And even then, during that time, Booker T was fighting Triple H for the WWE. I believe this was the World Championship. And guess what it did not do? It did not headline WrestleMania, just like the Jey Uso situation. All it is right now is a different time frame. But in this particular one, they took Jey Uso completely out. He was guaranteed the spot for the Royal Rumble. He was guaranteed the win. And why am I saying that he was guaranteed? Because remember, professional wrestling is predetermined. All right. So this is all in the booking, and booking means how they set everything up, how the storylines play out. So all it took was a decision. Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Leave him in the main event as we have done since 1993. But it didn't happen. Why? Because the WWE, their racism still shows. Regardless of what anyone tries to say, Triple H tried to come out and say, well, we don't see color. Well, guess what? That is the most racist statement that you could ever make. Because what do you mean you don't see color? That's a damn lie. You're a liar. I can't stand when people say that. Well, I don't see color. Well, guess what I do? I can see the differences. And even as I see those differences, it should not affect the opportunities. You see how people are? They lie. They lie. But this is just plain and blatant, plain as day. Racism at its finest. That man is not getting the payday that he deserves. He's not getting the recognition that he deserves. So this is what it is. John Cena, this white boy who became famous off of doing a black shtick. Copying old school LL Cool J, rapping, stole our hip hop, stole the identity from us, and became a megastar. And that's no different than Hulk Hogan or superstar Billy Graham. They all copied the greats. They all copied them. They copied Muhammad Ali. They copied all of the entertainers, even all the way down to Little Richard. Yeah, y'all remember Johnny B. Bad? Yeah, they even copied Little Richard too. They always taking our stuff, always stealing our stuff, and never want to give us any credit. But that's a damn shame about Jey Uso. That truly is. And I really hope this gets back to them. I do. I hope this gets back to WWE, and I hope y'all see this and no. As a matter of fact, it's time now. I think we need to start boycotting their stuff, Let's start pulling them black dollars out. That's how I see it. Let's start pulling them black dollars out. But unfortunately, we already know when it comes to black people, they don't never like to unite in anything. They never do. It's a damn shame. It's ridiculous. But that's the situation right there. For all of you who are familiar with this here, do me a favor. Let's talk about this down in the comment section. I love you guys. I will see you next time.